I'm stuck in the island.
Friend, boyfriend.
Husband.
Husband. Husband.
If you're not from Malaysia or Indonesia, I bet you've never heard of Nunukan Island. So in this video, you will see my trip to this Indonesian island located in North Kalimantan on the island of Borneo near the state of Sabah. In order to get there, you would have to take a ferry from the city of Tawau in Malaysia, Sabah, and then go into Nunukan, Indonesia. And why do people travel there? Well, some locals have families there, some go to Sibatik Island, the unique island split between Malaysia and Indonesia, and some use it as a stopover to get to Tarakan Island, a much bigger island in Indonesia. It takes around 5 hours by ferry. Some people want to see the nature, of course, but fairly speaking, all the people who travel there are locals from Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. But at the same time, many people mentioned that this place is not safe. When we asked why, they spoke of piracy and some other dark sides they didn't want to elaborate on. But what is really happening on the island? What kind of people live there? What secrets are hidden within the small piece of land surrounded by the Celebi Sea, a part of the Pacific Ocean? I'm going there, and together we will find out what awaits us. So first, let's figure out how to buy ferry tickets, because there is a whole system here. Tickets are not sold online, so services like EasyBook, Agoda, and others will not work. You need to physically come to Tawau ferry terminal between 7 AM and 12 PM to buy a ticket. After that, the register will be closed. There are around 7 ferries per day from Tawau to Nunukan and around 1-2 ferries to Tarakan Island. The ferries operate from early morning until 4:30 PM. However, tickets for morning ferries can be only purchased until around 10 AM, maybe 10:30, and tickets for ferries after 2 PM can be bought at around 12 or maybe 12:30 PM. This means you cannot come to the ticket counter at 10 AM and buy a ticket for 4 PM. You must come at around 12 PM. You got it? Another important point, you must arrive at least 1.5 hours before your ferry departure, because you will be crossing the Malaysia-Indonesia border. That means you'll go through baggage inspection and also passport control, which is not a quick process. Now about the price, the ticket to Nunukan Island costs 130 Malaysian ringgit, and if you have luggage over 10 kilograms, you'll be paying 160 ringgit per extra kilogram. Now important, pay attention, you cannot buy a round-trip ticket. The ticket from Nunukan back to Tawau must be purchased in Indonesia, and it costs 350,000 Indonesian rupiahs, which is around 97 Malaysian ringgit. You must pay in cash, so exchange money in advance. Luckily, there is a money exchange booth just right to the ferry terminal, and they offer pretty decent halal exchange rate. So that's pretty much it. I hope that was clear. So right now I'm gonna pass the immigration control and the luggage check, and also it was pretty fast and smooth process.
You will not believe what just happened. So I was passing immigration in Malaysia, and regularly, you know, it's like a stressful process, but then the officer, right, who was on immigration, he started to laugh. I didn't get, and he was like, I follow you on TikTok. And then he showed the picture and everything. I was like, oh my god, are you serious? It's the first time it's happening. Wow, subhanallah. Sure. No, I don't see. I see you. I see you. Okay.
Boyfriend, boyfriend.
Husband.
Husband. Husband.
Yes.
Kira masih boyfriend.
No, husband.
Tarakan atau?
Nunukan.
Nunukan. Oh.
Kita foto.
Pak Denny, foto ba kami Pak Denny? Alah, Pak Denny. Terima kasih. Tidak boleh sudah itu.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Hello. Any place, right? Any place? Thank you. I think busy. Busy? Here, a little bit. Thank you. Hello.
So as you see, I got to the ferry and headed to the island. A small tip, if there are any seats available on the upper deck, it's better to sit there, because it can be a bit shaky downstairs and you can feel a bit nauseous. But the ferry itself was very clean and well maintained. There was even TV on the board. The ride was also very smooth, and as we passed by small islands, I spotted many rare birds I hadn't seen in Malaysia before, as well as monkeys running through the forest. 30 minutes before arrival, we were given immigration forms for Indonesia. However, they were not in English, and also I did not have a pen, so I couldn't fill them out. out. An hour later, we arrived. To enter Indonesia, I needed visa on arrival, which can be easily obtained at any airport. However, not every immigration port on the water offers the option to issue visa on arrival, even if you're eligible for it. I was certain that the visa was available on Tarakan Island, but I wasn't entirely sure about Nunukan. Fortunately, everything worked out. I got the visa. Although, to be honest, all the immigration officers seemed a bit shocked and not prepared to issue the stamp because it took them some time to find all the necessary documents. Apparently, travelers entering through Nunukan port usually don't need a visa as me. But I was prepared. The price for the visa was 500,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is around $35 US. All the port staff were incredibly happy to see me. They asked me questions about how I ended up here and where I'm going next. They were really disappointed when they found out that I was staying only for a few days, or actually one day. They told me, "Come and stay longer, we're so happy to have you here." So after I got my visa, I just left the port, and that's what I saw.
From to ojek? Auto?
No, it's 5 minutes here.
Oh.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Good. Melayu.
Terima kasih.
Nunukan Island doesn't have Grab or any other taxis, so if you need to get to the hotel, you need to walk or maybe ask your friend or someone to pick you up. Speaking of hotels, when searching on Agoda or any other website, it shows that there are no hotels available, but in the reality there are plenty of them. Since the island is small and the hotels mainly serve locals, bookings are made either by phone or walk-ins. Since I didn't have a SIM card with internet, I decided to walk.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello. It was literally one of the smoothest arrival and one of the most welcoming arrivals in the country. And right now I'm walking to the hotel because there is no Grab here and there is no taxi and there is no money exchange. So I'm just walking somewhere near the road. Inshallah, just a couple of minutes left. Hopefully everyone is screaming, "Hey girl, beautiful girl." Alhamdulillah. And also I didn't record this moment, but there was a woman, she came to me and she touched my nose. Wow, it's beautiful. It's beautiful here. Look at this.
After 5 minutes of walking, I found the hotel I saw in Google. So it was the Akbar hotel, and let's see what's inside.
Let's see. We have a room. Hello.
Hello.
Do you have a room for today? Okay, alhamdulillah.
Single?
Yes, single. Please.
Single, okay.
Yes. Okay, question. Do you take cards? Yes, possible?
Possible.
Okay.
Without any problem, the hotel took the payment via card. The price was around $17 US per night, which is around 75 Malaysian ringgit, and it was a 3-star hotel. I decided to go outside to see what the mosque looks like because it was a Maghrib Adhan, but as soon as I stepped out of the hotel alone, people immediately started approaching me, both men and women, trying to talk to me with genuine curiosity. They asked me where I was from, what I was doing here, using translator because I didn't speak English. Everyone seemed very surprised.
Just hotel. Yeah, I just wanted. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
On the first floor of the hotel, there was a restaurant with delicious food. It was open to everyone and filled with locals, families with children, teenagers. Looks, everyone likes this place. I ordered Nasi Goreng Ayam and lemon tea. The whole meal cost me $1.50, or basically 6 Malaysian ringgit. After dinner, I happily went to bed, looking forward to the morning ferry and reuniting with my husband, who was waiting me in Malaysia. We had planned this trip for just one day. However, things didn't go as planned. I couldn't leave the island.
Oh my god, so what happened now is a sort of a joke. I didn't expect it's gonna happen, but listen. So, from Tawau to Nunukan, there are like around 4 or 5 ferries a day, okay? So, I was expecting the same system works from Nunukan to Tawau. But actually, today in the morning, I woke up around like 10 a.m. and I'm coming to the front desk to check out from the hotel. And just, I decided to double check. I'm saying like, oh, okay, so at what time, like, the ferry to Tawau is coming? They're looking at me like, it's already gone. It was at 8 a.m. We have only 1 ferry a day. And I'm staying like, are you serious? So it means I'm stuck in the island for one more day. It's first I was shocked, but honestly I'm taking this opportunity right now as a chance to explore the island, right? So Akbar hotel in Nunukan, guys, you're mashallah, you're the best hotel in the world. Wallah, I'm telling you, because what they did, they brought me to the bank first to withdraw money, because there are a few places here that they take payment by card. Then they brought me to buy a SIM card, but unfortunately the situation here is the following. In North Kalimantan, it works in the way that SIM card cannot be activated in the same day. It has to be activated tomorrow, or it must be registered with custom, your phone. Means the SIM card I bought and I paid for it, it's not gonna work today. I bought the electronic SIM card like eSIM. By the way, I bought it from Allo eSIM app. If you can check down below, I'm gonna leave a code that you can use. And I just activated it. It works 100% great, 100% fine, so everything works amazing. And then what happened, this island, Nunukan, doesn't have any transportation. No Grab, no taxi, nothing. Means I need to rent a scooter. So also Akbar Hotel, guys, mashallah, you're amazing again. I'm gonna repeat this multiple times. They brought for me scooter. So I paid for it. It cost 120,000 Indonesian rupiah a day, which means around $7 a day, or $6 approximately. So they brought for me a scooter, and I'm gonna take this opportunity right now to explore the island. So yeah, let's go. It's gonna work, I hope. Stay tuned. Let's go.
After getting internet connection and also getting scooter, I decided to catch a breakfast first.
So just to show you, this is the bike they brought for me. This one, the most beautiful one. And also have a helmet.
While having breakfast, I checked what I can see on the island. I found main square, alun-alun Nunukan, Nunukan's main beach, and a few interesting mosques. It's important to know that I'm staying in the residential area of Nunukan Island, which is the administrative center of Nunukan Regency. Most tourists come here to explore the nature. By the way, the rest of the island is actually about the nature. Mangrove forests, coastal areas, rare birds, monkeys, and a Nunukan resort, which looks just like Maldives. However, I decided not to venture deep into the island's forest since dark clouds were gathering in the sky, and riding a scooter into the jungle did not seem the best idea.
Everyone is looking at me, but it's okay. I understand. Everyone says hi. Everyone is very welcoming. I wanted to drive because there is like a central square here, and then there is also a famous beach that everyone is talking about, so I would like to drive there. Hopefully I can make it. It looks a bit ghosty because it's Sunday. Maybe everyone is on the beach or something like this. This is the main square.
Just a few minutes later, a heavy rain hit the island. The rain was so intense it blurred my vision. I couldn't check the navigator on my phone, so I had to rely on my memory, driving to the hotel through the rain, feeling my way through the downpour.
Lagi di Indonesia, guys.
Asr time.
I made it to the hotel soaking wet from head to toes, put my things out to dry, and then as soon as the rain stopped, I grabbed the scooter and headed towards the beach.
I came to the beach right now. It says it's one of the most beautiful beaches they have in Nunukan. So here we have parking for motorbikes, and looks like the main beach is in there. Just need to walk down.
The best time to visit Nunukan is from April to October, and right now was January, as during the rest of the year the water is shallow as right now. Additionally, about a week later there was an earthquake nearby, and Nunukan, Sarawak, and also coastal regions of Sabah will be hit by a wave. That's probably why the water was so far out. And most likely there is also one of the reasons why the beach wasn't very clean, due to tides, currents bringing debris, and also natural disaster.
Look, right now I'm on the main beach of Nunukan Island. Well, at least Google tells that is the main beach. And you know, honestly, it's so surprising to me, you know, because no one knows about Nunukan Island. And it's like a small island in the middle of Borneo, right? And people live here, they have their life, everything is, you know, chill, easy. It's Sunday today. I see a lot of families, they have dinner or like they have, you know, picnic, like lunch near the sea, right? People just, you know, hanging out, kids are playing football on the beach, they're taking pictures all together, the music is playing, the life is going, you know? So guys, travel, enjoy, discover, and trust me, traveling can teach you way more than any of the book you've ever read.
As the sun was setting, I decided to head back to the hotel since the ride took around 25 minutes on the scooter. Have you ever seen chickens living in trees? They were climbing up the ladder, jumping from branch to branch and coming down. I was in shock, really. But then when I reached the town center, I stopped by a local shop to buy toothpaste because I hadn't planned to stay on the island more than one day, so I didn't bring any supply of toothpaste. So after I bought a toothpaste, I came back to the hotel. Upon arrival, I paid 350,000 Indonesian rupiah to the receptionist as he told me he would buy for me a ferry ticket and help me to get to the ferry terminal the next morning. He assured me it was the safest option so I wouldn't get lost or miss the second ferry. And in the night, as the mosque was filled with the sound of morning adhan, I came to one conclusion.
You know, each time I travel, I always amazed how Islam is far away. Small islands in Indonesia, like Nunukan, the place we're in right now, Chukai, small town in Kuala Terengganu in Malaysia. I'm amazed how in any place at the same time at 5 a.m. people wake up, they do their salat, they pray, reading Quran, quiet and peace, preparing their food in halal way, and believing in one power, no matter which race you are, what's your skin color, which language you speak, and how you look.
And that is the power of Islam. As for me, I woke up at 7 a.m., received the promised help, and made it to the ferry terminal where I was given my ticket. The passport control officers were laughing because they were expecting me the day before, but I missed the ferry. Honestly, wow, what a beautiful little island I had discovered. A small island with people who have big hearts, ready to protect you, help you, and share what they have.
Hello. Bye. See you. Bye. See you. Victoria. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hopefully next time, inshallah. Okay, see you, inshallah. Bye-bye.
So what the conclusions can be drawn? Of course, I didn't manage to see much, but what I did see was enough to give me a reason to come back. I had never been to Kalimantan before, which made this experience even more special. During the hour-long ferry ride to Tawau, I found myself deep in thoughts about life, travel, about the many different worlds within this one. Maybe that's the beauty of the journey, not just the places we go, but the way they change us, piece by piece, without us even realizing this. Share your thoughts. Have you been to Sabah? Have you been to Kalimantan and Nunukan? What was your experience like? Follow the channel, like the video, and remember, always travel.